Hey guys, here we are for part 3 of the Keith Shizuo 2017 collection video. And today, before we move on to the center console where all the really good stuff is, I thought we'd just take a look at kind of my excess storage as well as my PS2 collection. So, if we come over here, so just come around, then yeah, this is where my PS2 collection currently is. It's pretty much doubled in size since it was last year. In fact, more than doubled in size. I've also got some spare DVDs on the side here. So let's do this from the top down. There's the pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards I opened on the other day on the Veda. Here's my childhood PS2 stand, because my childhood PS2 is a Silver Slim. And then, beneath that, I've got this cool stand from 4Gamers, and this is a stand for the fat model PS2, but you can also put an adapter in there for thin, and it's got a 4-way multi-tap in it. I've never really been able to get it to work. In fact, when I bought it, the screws were actually on the wrong side, so I had to fix that. But yeah, I just thought it was a really cool stand, and for $4 I couldn't say no. And then of course, you've got this CD wallet here, and that's full of the DVDs of all the footage that I take for Keith Shizuo, because I record most of it to DVD. I might stop doing that in future. We'll see, because I've actually got a decent capture card now where I can get better quality, but we will see what happens. Most of the upcoming season will be on the DVD. But yeah, just a quick look in the corner here. I know I said we'll be looking down, but yeah. This is full of speakers from a surround sound system that I bought to replace this part for my current one. I ended up having to take it apart too because its button was broken, but the rest of it was okay. Just a bunch of spare speakers now, because I really am a big proponent of a surround sound. And this is my pile of Xboxes. I'm not entirely sure how many of these work. A bunch of them don't have the DVD drives in them, because that's the thing that dies with Xboxes. I was trying to see if I could salvage a part from this Samsung PC drive here to go in that Xbox drive. But yeah, there's a bunch of fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But yeah, the screws on the PC drive were much tighter than the Xbox drive, so that didn't quite work out. We'll see what happens in future. So yeah, back to the PS2, let's scroll down, you can take a look at all the games I've got. Let's see, played. Haven't really played Jack and Daxter, haven't played Cyber Raccoon. Britney's Dance Beat, brilliant game. No, but actually, seriously, if you see that game and it's cheap, grab it. It's actually a really fun rhythm game. Winx Club, that's an oddly that's an oddly expensive game. But, interesting. We'll take a look at that in future. Yeah, haven't really played many of these, to be honest. I've collected a lot more games than I've been able to play. I really need to just take a day to just like sit down and play some. It's take a bloody year actually, because yeah, I've barely played any of these. Kingdom Hearts I've played a little bit of. Kingdom Hearts 2 not at all. Time Splitters barely any. Crisis Zone, that's a fun one. Alter Echo looks really interesting. Lego Batman, I really want to play some more of that. Maybe I'll play it 2-player with someone. Tony Hawk's Underground, I'm liking that. Space Channel 5, that's interesting. This one, my copy of Resident Evil 4, got this for $2 on eBay, pickup only. That was awesome, finding that in the case. And of course I put it in a red case, because why wouldn't you? That's something I love. You can notice of a couple of these. Whoa. I'll just quickly show you some of the ones I do this with. I've done it with Space Channel 5 Part 2, put that in pink. Alter Echo I put in purple, because it's a very purple themed game. Lego Batman I put in yellow. Lego Indiana Jones, disc only is also another. Let me show you. Yeah, I've got the disc for both, because I didn't have the case for Lego Indiana Jones. Yeah, I've also put Fire Warrior in this cool translucent yellow. Simpsons Hit and Run in yellow. Ratchet and Clank, so I changed up the color a bit. That's because I just find the standard colors to be a bit boring, so I like changing it up a bit. Most of these games, barely any of these games you'll see here, I paid more than $5 for. So, yeah. And I think I've made a profit all up in my collection of the stuff I resold, so I'm happy with that. yeah, I mean, Simpsons Didn't Run, that was like $2, and I paid for that with something else I sold. You know, if you drop so that's $2. Star Battlefront 2 and Battlefront, those were $2 each. Half-Life, $3. So yeah, I barely paid anything for these, and that's the secret to getting a big collection like this. It's knowing your limit, and setting yourself a limit, and sticking to it, and not getting too tempted. Yeah, Colin McClay Rary, might trade those in for Xbox versions, actually. Crazy Taxi, that's the game that I was filming today. I was filming a scene for that game, so it's still in my bag. So yeah. Oh, of course, I put black in a white case because I want to watch the world burn. Gotta get Two Sons of Liberty. Never played Metal Gear before. Nicktoon Tekken Turbo's, of course, in yellow. Final Fantasy X, Crazy Frog Racer, The Getaway. This is a grotty one. I got this for like $2. It barely even played. I can't actually... I wanted to change the case to black, but I can't because half of the art is fused to the plastic. You get Doors to the Roses, Barnyard. Bunch of my arcade collections. I love picking up my arcade collections. These were all for like $2 a piece. What have I got? I've got 1945, Sonic Gems, Sonic Mega Collection, Sega Mega Drive, Space Invaders, Taito Legends, Intellivision, Activision Anthology. Oh, there's some great arcade collections. Like, I mean, that could probably do you for like a year, just playing all the games on that, because of course the Mega Drive collections, that's got things like Phantasy Star on there. Like, there's some really good stuff in these collections. I love collecting them, and I've found a lot of them at a good price. Sonic Gems collection, though, that's a little crap. I mean, they give you a Sonic CD, but what else do you get? Sonic Fighters and Sonic R? I mean, Jesus. I've already got Sonic CD on PC, so I don't really need that one, but yeah. Yeah, near the bottom, some different SingStars. MDK2, that's one I want to try playing more. And then we move over here. This is another DVD rack I get. And this isn't really full of much games, as is overflow from my movies. And most of these games are just overflow stuff, as I said before. Copy of The Wind Rises, still sealed. Really excited to watch that. A couple of Disney movies I just picked up. I didn't pick them up for this price. I picked them up for like $3 because they were like half off. Some of that. Phantom of the Opera, Les Miserables, Joseph King of Dreams. Love Joseph King of Dreams. That's a very underrated movie. And also, this is my favorite version of Les Miserables. If you want to see this movie, get this version of them. Jessie Rush and Liam Neeson and Uma Thurman. This is the best version. It came out after the musical, but this is just so powerful, especially the ending. Yeah. My lovely girlfriend got me all 4 seasons of Korra on Blu-ray. I mean, I didn't really need season 2. I mean, who does? But that was awesome. She managed to find them all for like $8 a piece, which is pretty dang good. That was for Christmas this year. Some clip art. I'm going to try and use this as much as I can in videos, because I think that'd be funny if I made it my thing to just use clip art all the time. Shrek 2 and GameCube, yeah. And then here we come to some of the games. Again, I said these are overflow games. A lot of them are doubles. A lot of them are ones I'm just not likely to play too soon. And I put them in here because they're a bit more difficult to get out than these guys. These guys are brilliant. You can just grab hold of it at any angle and it slides out easy. These ones are hard to get out and back in this rack, so I put it my less stuff. Some of my new stuff here: Spare Halo, Blade Runner, Call of Duty Reflex Edition, SingStar Sing Along with Disney, sealed. One of my favorite games, SingStar Wiggles, sealed. That's good. I'm going to get that signed one day. I bloody am. Some of my more recent pickups. This. Oh, I've got a lot to say about this when we get round to it. So yeah, all my Phoenix games are in here. Twisted Metal Black. Got this game for a pretty good deal because a game shop gave me the wrong Yu-Gi-Oh! DVD disc and I had to go all the way back to Parramatta to change it. And he gave me a pretty nice deal on it, but I gotta say, I'm not too impressed by Twisted Metal. But we'll be talking about that this Christmas when we review the Star Wars Twisted Metal. A spare copy of Intellivision Lives that I got for $1. Maybe I'll give that away one day. Some demo discs, Dance Factory, and then the Midas Flying games. A video is going to come out about them one day. And, of course, in the corner, just got some random stuff. I got a plush Pac-Man I found by the side of the road, some Bionicles. That's a spare copy of Britney's Dance Beat. I'll probably give that away. Top Gear, Aggressive Inline, Last Airbender on Wii, Red Dwarf. Some others do have them. Some PC games. Ooh, there's a spoiler for you. Yeah, some PC games. Those PS1 games I'm not too sure about. The bottom two, I'll probably end up selling them because I just can't really get into them, so there's no use giving it. Resident Evil on PC, that was a pretty cool find. And I love my Ross Noble. So I've got my Ross Noble right there. I collect all I can of him. He's a great comedian. And at the bottom there we have the Sega Mega Drive Gold Classic Collection. And I'm actually selling the two other PC Classic Collection versions that I have, because I found Volume 2, then I found Volume 1, and then I found the gold one, which made it redundant. So, yeah, I just keep the gold one now, and I'm trying to sell the other two on eBay. And that brings us to the Cadbury stand. Whoop. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's just backing from the Ultimate Collection 2 pack for Yu-Gi-Oh! That's a printout of the type sheets. That's the Pokemon 20 posters I gave away at EB Games, and that's my current progress through Pokemon Yellow. Yep, 3 Pokemon left and then I'm complete. So yeah, this brings us to the Cadbury stand. There's a bunch of plushes littered around. There's a Yoshi, there's a Pikachu, there's another Pikachu. And this is pretty much part of my set now. This Cadbury stand with all its stuff in it. I'm pretty sure most of the upcoming videos, this is going to feature in the set, and it's going to have basically the stuff on it. Maybe not the Eckersley notebook, but yeah, it's going to have a Pikachu in it. It's going to have the Ultimate Guide to Trading Card Games. They were selling these at 10 cents a piece at some shop. I can't remember where back in the day. All my friends grabbed one. It's a pretty cool, like, old guide about, like, the state of all these card games, like Yu-Gi-Oh! In the 5Ds era, Bakugan, back when that was a thing, you know, the Naruto card game, Bello and Bella. And it had an introduction, as you see, by the creator of Magic the Gathering, so that was pretty cool for like 10 cents. Why not? Pokemon Game Boy Advance holster, that's pretty cool. Found that for like $2, that's great. Second shelf, we've got a Game Boy magnifier thing, Sega controller, my Gun-Con. That was a pretty cool find. I love the Gun-Con. Had to do some work on it to fix it, which meant splitting the sticker at the top, unfortunately. And then, of course, just a Future Electronic light gun. Underrated light gun. Not many people know about this. But that's a pretty cool light gun. It's got vibration and everything. Very ergonomic, actually. And then we come to the bottom level. We've got an old DMG in the original Traveler's case with my game bits in there. Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy Advance SP that I kind of screwed up putting a new shell on, and now it isn't quite working, so I need to fix that. And my DS, which I recently bought, which is my Guitar Hero DS. So that's pretty cool. I got that in a pretty good deal with some games, and I've sold off most of the games and almost paid it off. So yeah, I wanted a DS Lite so I could play the Game Boy Advance games on the nice screen. But yeah, so... Oh, and I got the Cadbury stand. My boss, they had this Cadbury stand. It's broken. It's actually got a chipped thing, and they didn't really want it for anything. It was just lying in their backyard while I was helping him move something. And I'm like, hey, can I have that Cadbury stand? And like, yeah, sure. Yeah, now finally we come to the boxes. So these are 2 boxes under my bed. My bed's actually on paving stones, so it can fit these boxes underneath. But yeah, so let's take a look at what's in the boxes. These are just like random storage stuff. That's not a console, by the way. I thought it was, but it's just this translator thing. It's technically got games on it, but I can't be bothered. A DS I absolutely failed recasing, and I broke the power switch off, and so I have to resolder that. And oh, so there's my multimeter. Oh, wait, what's this? Imagine Modern Dancer. That's my sister's. It's not mine. It's totally not mine. Okay, so yeah, a lot of this stuff is just gaming stuff, which is almost rubbish, really, but I don't want to throw out some pirated PS1 games that I've picked up over the years. Wireless PS2 controller I'm trying to rebuild, don't know if I ever will. A wireless PS2 controller that doesn't function that I'm salvaging for parts, and actually, you never know when you can actually use the analog sticks and the buttons and the what's it called, the motors in those, because a lot of those knockoff controllers that sell these days have the same parts. Well, this is pretty cool. I found this for free. This is Windows 3.1 on 5¼ inch floppies in the original packaging. So one day when I get old PCs, I can tinker around with old operating systems. This is just a box or something. Some old cases. You never know when you might need DVD cases of a certain color. I think that was from my last day of year 12, I'm not sure. Bunch of old tests. This isn't really a video game box, there's not that much in there that you haven't seen. An old jewel case. Yeah, this box isn't... This hasn't got the good stuff. Oh, actually no, this does have one last good thing. Packaging for an N64 controller. Down here. It's buried, but in that box you see there, that's got floppy disk versions of DOS. And you see Eunice, it's got books and floppy disk versions of DOS that I found free with the 3.1. So that'll be cool once I finally get an old PC going. Let's put this box away. And we'll move on to the last box. Oh, here. Oh, quickly, what's on the bed? You can get these from AliExpress right now. I recommend you don't. I'll be making a video on that in the future. Yeah, that'll be interesting for you Yugi fans. And this box is going to be... Oh, come on. Wish I had a cameraman. This box is going to be a bit more interesting. See, already I've got some PlayStations in there. One of these I think I ripped the disk drive out of because it wasn't working. No, it isn't that one. So this one is... I think that one's mod chipped. I didn't mod chip it myself. I found it mod chipped, I swear, officer. Yeah, I actually... a surprising number of PS1 systems I've just found that have to be mod chipped. There must have been a pretty good order in there. I think this one... Yeah, this one's got the disk drive ripped out of it so I could repair another mod chip system I have, because that one isn't mod chipped. But yeah, we've got some modeling things in there. And what other interesting stuff do we have? Ooh, this is cool. This is a sealed action pack PC and game collection which has Crimson Skies in it, which I particularly want, and Metal Gear Solid and Starlancer. And this is sealed. It's the Australian version. These are extremely hard to find if you're looking for them. I've even harder to find sealed, obviously, and I got this for $1 back in the day. So that one's I've actually had for a while, and I got that for another $1 with Microsoft Combat Flight Simulator, also sealed. That's cool, but I just haven't had the time to tinker around with those, and I don't particularly like opening sealed things at the best time. This is crazy. This I bought for $1, as you can see. This is a 3DS parental control, so you can set the amount of time they're allowed to play for, and then it'll lock them out the system. It'll turn them off. It's crazy, because, like, I'm not sure if you can see that, but you can set this thing for as low as half an hour. Like... God, oh no, not half an hour. 1 hour. Daily. Like, god dang, that's cruel. Like, you could be playing something, then it just switches itself off. I mean, there's very few games on 3DS you can play for, like, just an hour and get a decent amount of enjoyment out of. These are cool. I picked these up back at a charity shop. I got a gold one as well. These are Game Boy Color faceplates, still in the packaging. Some models I haven't made yet. I want to make them. I used to make a lot of models, but it's been a while. I haven't really had the time. What's that? This is cool. I think I found this for free or very cheap. This is Battletech. That's on 3.5 inch floppy for the IBM compatibles. So that should be pretty cool to play around with. I've heard Battletech's a pretty cool series. What else is in here? More models. That one I have made. That one I tried to make but didn't go so well because it's a crappy knockoff brand. Airfix or GTFO. Train set in a tin. That's fun. More Airfix. More Airfix. Ah, these things are pretty cool. Okay. That I bought at EB Expo for $1. Didn't work. Tried to fix it. That didn't work also. Yes, Stalin. Okay, here we go. I made that one. Oh, here's the gold one. Oh, these are cool. We had a Games Workshop that was shutting down, so I stole their, like, Warhammer sign things. It was after they left, I stole whatever I could find. Now, these things, these used to be around Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Magazine. I think that's my childhood one. No, that one's my childhood one. And inside, yeah, you got these with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Magazine. They come out every now and then. Every 2 weeks, I think, an issue came out. And for a while, I was subscribed to them. And you got these things. You got Battle Triangles, which are just they had this rock, paper, scissors kind of game where you use these monster cards on these triad things. Is weird. But you also got these necklace charms every so often. And they are pretty cool to collect because, you know, you can still wear them to this day. There's Jaden, Zane, and Gyroid and all that. And you also got these little statues. Let's see if there's any under there. Not so much, just the backings on these. But yeah, you got these little figurines. I'll put these away later. Let's see, is there anything interesting in this one? This one actually came with a couple of fake cards. I got this one at a charity stop. Let's see if I can open it with one finger. Okay. Oh, this is probably very loud. Oh, some of the cards are still in there. Yeah, this one was in worse shape. Bunch of triangles, a couple fake cards. Actually, that backup soldier's a real card. Oh, I didn't know I had it. Oh, 3-letter set code. I must make sure that I don't already have that in my collection. Yeah, some faking. And this is actually pretty cool. These are Yu-Gi-Oh! Coloring in pages that just happened to be in here when I bought them. There's a summoned skull that someone's barely done. There's a Slife of the Sky Dragon, I think. Like, I'm not going to get them all out now just because it'd be difficult, but yeah, it's pretty cool that all these Yu-Gi-Oh! Coloring pages were in there. I'm tempted to make a couple if I'm absolutely honest. What else happens to be in here? Oh, some Atari thing. Came with some PS1 game, I imagine. Don't know what that's from, but I guess it's cool, so I kept it in here. VHS-C tape, if I ever want to record an episode on VHS. Thomas stuff, Birdie Beetles. Gear stick from my PS1 wheel, which I think is currently in storage. And probably the last interesting thing that's in here. Oh no, I got Battlefield 1942 in box. That's pretty cool. Played through that a couple times. This is a sealed. Well, I unsealed it just to take a look to see if it was in there, but it was sealed, and it's pretty much untouched. Microsoft Sidewinder joystick, which I also got for pennies. See the original sticker on that. So that was pretty cool. Of course, I kind of prefer my old DOS joystick because it's just got the double axes on it, but yeah, I'll talk about that next time because we'll be doing the center area. But yeah, that is part 3. That was all my kind of excess storage, and tomorrow, well, I guess it'll be coming out tomorrow. Well, at least I'm about to record. The next part of the 2017 collection video will be this center area here, where all the good stuff goes on. Okay, see you guys then.